football playoff preview and a chance for a top 10 team in the land to lean on the energy from the home crowd and knock off the #1 team in the country. Welcome to the home of the Baylor Bears, McLean Stadium on the banks of the Brazos in Waco, Texas. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Bears have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bargava. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Michigan's offense takes the field for the first time today. You know, that connection between quarterback and wide receiver, Jesse, takes some time, and we'll see how quickly these two guys get on the same page.
Yeah, the chemistry between he and the quarterback, I think, is what everybody's going to be looking for early in this game, because David, obviously, having transferred in, he hasn't had a lot of time in this offense. This is his first game. It's the first time doing it.
Oh, he's got some space. At the 30. Inside the touchdown, Wolverines. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Baylor's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line, a group of ballers, David, who take pride in what they do.
Man, I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
The Bears in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Gets the back moving. Back to pass on 2nd down. Dumps it off in the flats. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Guys, when you think about the big picture for Baylor, they lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk, and this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds a man on the left. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run.
And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bears!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they tacked on the extra point. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bargava. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. He's now up to 104 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day. They're going to go right back to him on first down. At the 40, there he goes. Turning on the jet. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Michigan.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Quarterback on the keeper. Powers through the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find...
He'll take the deep shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They're dealing with a second and long. Let's go. Let's go. Looking to fire. He's got him this time.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And the Bears lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. He'll keep it on the sneak. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And David, on third and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Makes the grab. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Let's talk for a second about Baylor. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left, have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coaches. How do you gel? How do you start your career off?
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Stopped right at the 42-yard line as this defense forces a fourth down. The Bears will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. So here comes the Michigan offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting to drive from their own one. Makes the catch on the left. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Looking to throw on first down. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll leave it with the lone back. There he goes. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Wolverines come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Rushes on him. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. So now it's second and long. They'll leave it with him. And some room to work. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. The Wolverines back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted to stop the threat. Got room on the return. Crosses midfield. Past the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Baylor! The defense putting points on the board. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. And he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the Jets, making the big play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Zings it complete to the right. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3.
Plays are going to break down, but but that never seems to affect this quarterback. He's so athletic and so fast. He's able to avoid the pass rush, get himself on the perimeter, and now he's just using his God-given ability and his arm talent to make big-time throws.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. You want to talk about a decision that could blow up in your face, going for it inside your own 40. On 4th down, looking to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Poe. Turning it on! Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy is not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. He's already busted 150 yards on the ground. Couple of big runs, and he might take aim at the Michigan record set by Ron Johnson of a cool 347 on the ground.
Wow, well, that's aggressive, Reese. That's a little ways down the road probably, but that just shows you how well they commit to the run game. Year after year, if you're a Michigan Wolverine, you're going to run the football. So, heck, it's no different when you got this guy in the backfield. I'm going to keep feeding him.
Catch in the middle, it's Poe. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And the Wolverines trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Give to the fullback. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines.
There's an old school play you don't see very often anymore. Who's to say that fullbacks are dinosaurs today in college football? They turn around, they hand it off to the big fella, and he pays it off with a touchdown.
And he tacked on the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Power football with the run. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches.
Fires deep toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll go to the ground. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Might as well stick with him. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. To the air on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Poe. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Wants to throw on first down. Using the quick game. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
Slithers into space. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Offensively, I love balance. I love when I get some big gains on the ground. Now taking shots down the field, but I got to protect my QB. They did not keep him upright. He had a chance.
Breaks into the open. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And the Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he's stopped. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Timeout, Michigan.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. And it's incomplete. He was looking to the end zone and trying to get 6.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Waco. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. And the Bears want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Bears will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Leaves it with the back. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Wolverines building their entire attack around this guy. Remember Denard Robinson, the great running quarterback? He owns 6 of the top 10 single-game all-purpose yards in Michigan history. One of them might be going down soon.
In Michigan's history, obviously, is usually running the football, but you've seen a little diversity in their offense in recent years, and you can see when you got a guy that can do this and do this and do that, you want to give him the ball multiple ways and let him really hurt a defense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase. I love it. Get to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Snagged in the middle. It's Poe. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught near the sticks. It's Poe. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Wants to fire on second down. Grab near the marker. It's Harris. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route, you've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his 2nd PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Deep shot for the end zone. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Bears!
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? Like quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. And I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there and he does the rest with the catch and then striding it into the end zone.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sampson. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Grab near the sticks. It's Poe. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, the drag route's put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And the defense needed that one badly. They're losing in this game. They just gave up a big play, so they finally get the sack, but you feel like they're going to need more than that. They're going to need some turnovers to get back in this game.
Looking for a huge play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know.
Holds it in on the left. Off and running. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wolverines. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
He smashes his way through again. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through three quarters for these two guys. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So the final period starts with a second down play. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. So they're facing third and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Bears will punt it away on fourth down. Wants to return it. Makes a move. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Arizona dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one. And I'll tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal.
He's loose down the left side. 10. Touchdown, Baylor! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Lining up for the PAT.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver, good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Let's see what he can do with the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So here comes the Michigan offense. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
But with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a...
Oh, he wants it all. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Michigan. Once he got some room, it was over.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end. Grabbed over the middle. It's Harris. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Bears with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield. It's Dalton. There he goes. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Running back searching for a hole. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. And the Bears will hustle to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the...
Fires one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take another shot here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Converts on 4th down, still going. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And This defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively.
He'll take a shot. He makes a grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Bears!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. On the run, it's Bargava. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole or slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive, he had way too much time to throw.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
The Bears come to the line in the hurry-up. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got it on the outside. Makes the grab, and a nice gain, gets it to the 35.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Wants to keep it in the air. Going for it all. Touchdown, Baylor! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Big fullback's got it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Second and long here, but objective number one, keep that clock moving. Back to pass. He's got him. At the 35, he's loose. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Looking downfield on first down. He rifles one deep down the right side.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throwing vertically downfield.
Listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it down the middle. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. 1 more yard on this second down might just put an exclamation point on this one. Snags it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Trying to bowl his way out. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with it.
He's going to throw deep right side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and, David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you...
Oh, he's got some space. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they